Saturday night and easy like a Sunday morning. 19 Super Duties, F2, 3, 4, and 550s. Way over 200 in stock at Woody Folsom Ford. Regular crew, steak, flatbed, service bodies, cab, and chassis. Whatever you want. If you're a Farm Bureau member and finance with Ford, take $3,500 in factory rebates.
Want some 0% finance for Ford Motor Credit and get 0 for 72 on all 19 F-150s
or own a 19 F-150 XLT and get up to $13,000 off MSRP. Farm Bureau members who finance with Ford get $6,750 factory rebate, up to $2,500 additional factory discounts, and up to $3,750 dealer discounts.
Better get to Baxley and get much more truck for your truck buck.
Woody Folsom Ford, we make it easy.
Talk to me.
Celebrating 50 years of service to Jessup and Wayne County.
WIFO-FM, Jessup.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. There's one less Democrat running for president. Washington Governor Jay Inslee telling MSNBC's Rachel Maddow.
I'm not going to be carrying the ball, but we're going to make sure somebody is.
Inslee's the third Democratic dropout since July, following Congressman Eric Swalwell and former Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper.
Fox's Jill Nato. Hickenlooper today announcing he's running for Senate, going after the Democratic nomination so he can challenge Republican incumbent Cory Gardner, a convicted killer put to death in Texas.
Larry Swearingen was lethally injected for the murder of a college co-ed who'd last been seen with him in 1998.
The man that kidnapped, raped, and killed Melissa Trotter was put to death.
Jeremy Diesel, a spokesman for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Until the very end, Swearingen insisted he was not the killer.
Fox's Jack Callahan. America is listening to Fox News.
The Fox News Rundown is a weekday morning podcast that dives deep into the major and controversial stories of the day. Hosted by the anchors of Fox News Radio. Subscribe now to hear a perspective of news you won't find anywhere else. Listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com. Download Fox News Channel's The 5 podcast for free. 5 of your favorite Fox News personalities discuss current issues in a roundtable discussion. Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com. America is listening to Fox News.
Fox Nation is the place for exclusive content you can't get anywhere else. New opinion shows from Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, and Tommy Lahren you can only get by signing up for Fox Nation. Plus, the real stories behind the headlines. Documentaries on Chappaquiddick, Jimmy Hoffa, and more that you'll only find on Fox Nation. More of the opinion done right you crave? It's on Fox Nation. Documentaries and specials you can't get anywhere else? They're on Fox Nation. So go to foxnation.com today and sign up now for Fox Nation. Opinion done right now.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
For the best car wash at the best price, then go to the new Nips Car Wash, located at 459 Highway 301 South, down from McDonald's in Jessup. Nips Car Wash features state-of-the-art IQ automatic car wash system. Every car or truck that enters the automatic IQ wash system is scanned to capture its unique vehicle profile to give you a great car wash every time. Nips Car Wash also features 2 self-service bays where you can choose from a variety of accessories such as foam brush, tire brush, bug off, wax, clear coat, and spot-free rinse with powerful blowers located in each bay to top off your car wash experience at an affordable price. For the best quality car wash around, go to the new Nips Car Wash, located down from McDonald's on the left on Highway 301 South in Jessup. That's Nips Car Wash with a state-of-the-art IQ automatic wash system on Highway 301 South down from McDonald's in Jessup.
Enjoy a meal with Jessup's best place to get made-to-order burritos, tacos, nachos, quesadillas, salads, and bowls. Sorchero's Fresh Mex. There are endless ways you can create your version of the friendly Tex-Mex fresh every day. Hosting a party, family event, or gathering, we can help with the food. From party planners to full-service catering, Sorchero's Fresh Mex can provide options to make your guests happy. Call today for details, 912-559-0488, 559-0488. Sorchero's Fresh Mex, 480 West Cherry Street in the Piggly Wiggly Shopping Center, Jessup.
At 8 o'clock, time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO, brought to you by Sorchero Fresh Mex, Nips Car Wash, and Murphy Builder Supply. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Jonathan. We got Scriven Mayor Jason. We were in the studios on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. They had a special meet yesterday, Georgia Municipal meeting hosted by Scriven. So just thought we'd get the mayor in here to tell us all about who all was on hand, what it was all about. So appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. We hosted a GMA Small Cities Conference. They host 2 a year, one in the South region and one in the North. Second one will be in Pine Mountain, Georgia. And ours yesterday, we had around 40 elected municipal officials from around the state. We had guys come as far as 200 miles. They were from everywhere. It was great to see a big crowd, a big turnout. This is the first time we've ever hosted anything, and I was concerned when she told me we had around 40, and I said, well, that's pretty good for the first time. And she said, no, that's real good for this. It's real good. So, and it lasted about 4 hours long.
Where was it held at?
At the community center in Scriven. We set it up in a classroom style, and it was catered by Gophers out of Scriven, and everybody just raved over the food like the whole county pretty well has at Gophers. And it started at 4 o'clock, and they went over several topics. The main heart of the program was how to build a budget and how to read an audit. And I told them when it was over that this is the program, this 4-hour program is the program they should be teaching at newly elected officials training, not some of the stuff they teach us up there that we'll never use. When that's what's mandatory, is that newly elected. Other classes aren't mandatory, but so they need to teach somebody how to write a budget. You come in, it's like throwing darts at a dartboard. If you've never done it before.
So who was the instructors yesterday?
Miss Pam Hilton with GMA, Miss Kay Love, Terrell Edwards, and Becky Taylor. Becky is the federal lady that handles all the federal policies through the state of Georgia, and Miss Pam is kind of like she's kind of like the boss's right hand person with GMA. She does it all. I mean, she's been with GMA a long time, very knowledgeable. And Miss Kay Love was spot on. There wasn't a question. We had some visitor. Commissioner Kevin McCrary came and hung out for a while with us and listened, and he made a comment at the end that those instructors, there's not a question you can ask that they don't have the answer to. They're some very high trained people. Representative Meeks came by and spoke to all the officials in there, and let them know what was going on at the state level, and it was just it was a great afternoon in the city of Scriven.
Who else locally was there?
Locally was Odom had 2 representatives there, Miss Cheyenne and my mind just drew a blank. The lady in the office. You probably know her name.
Robin?
Yes.
Robin
I believe it is. Yes, it is. My mind drew a blank. And Jessup had Mayor David Earl Keith and Commissioner Todd and Commissioner Harris and Commissioner Armstrong. And all of Jessup was there except for Mr. House and Mr. Harvey and Mr. Darden. And sometimes that's tough. It being on a Wednesday, that's why we were impressed with the turnout, and that was GMA's decision. We didn't make it. Naturally, we probably wouldn't have done it if it was our decision, but it worked, and I get that's why they know what they're doing, because they know what works.
Okay, how did Scriven get to be the host? How did that come about?
A gentleman told me yesterday. He said, it's kind of like, because another one asked the same thing, and a guy from Midville answered the question. He said it for him before I could, and he said, when you're at these big conferences, he said it's kind of like a bunch of ships in the water. He said, then you see a ship coming that makes a big wave. He said, when you see this guy, he was pointing at me coming, he said, there's a big wave coming behind him. He said, he's got it figured out somehow. And that's what happened. I was at a conference, and city manager Mike Deal, he was there yesterday, and he and I had been brainstorming how we can help these small cities, because 80% of the cities in the state of Georgia are small cities. Small cities is 5,000 population or less. And so we have all these lobbyists that work for us in Atlanta for GMA but a lot of times what the rules and laws, and you know this, are they work great for these large cities, but it might not work so good for us in Scriven, Georgia, with a population of 800. So I asked, me and Deal talked back into, and we were just brainstorming and said, look, we got to do something for these small cities. So I started one-on-one pitching it to the higher-ups of GMA. Hey, we need to do something for small cities. Well, I didn't know they already kind of had a small city conference part of their program. So she said, well, do you want to host a small city conference? And I said, absolutely, sign me up. So that's how it happened.
I gotcha. So it took place yesterday in Scriven. I said good turnout, so everybody enjoyed the food. So
yes. My whole entire council for Scriven was there. I was very, very, very proud of that. That was and our city clerk. That was a big. It was a big showing, and there was a lot of compliments. The people just complimented over how well the city looked coming in, and you know our guys they've worked hard. Our public works department to keep that this whole year with all this rain cut and looking pretty, and it does, and I appreciate everything they do.
I'm just curious too. We've got city elections in Jessup and Odom. How come Scriven's different? It just seems different. I mean, I thought about that the other day. I mean, you think all three cities would have the same election day?
Yeah. Well, I guess in a perfect world, everybody would have the same. That way, you get more people to the polls. I don't know. This was way before my time, so we have this is year 2, so we have 2 more years.
Yeah, I have to check with Tammy on that, but it just seemed, I was thinking about that the other day. You know, City Jessup having their elections, City of Odom having their elections. Why isn't City of Scriven on board with the same year, same time?
I don't know, Bob.
Inquiring minds want to know.
That's right.
Maybe Tammy's got the information. But what was your biggest takeaway from the meeting yesterday? What did you take away? I mean, did you learn anything?
Absolutely. I learned how to. You know, when you're handed an audit report and it's hundreds of pages, I mean, you don't know what to read, and after you read the first 30 that didn't mean anything, you kind of get whatever. But I learned where to go and what to read and what to look at, and we learned how to make correct amendments in a budget. I mean, a budget you're going to have to amend it most of the time. And a budget is just a guideline. A lot of people get that confused, and I hear that all the time with, oh, they did this with the budget, did that. No, the budget is a guideline. If you put $100,000 in, say you're going to put $100,000 in infrastructure repair for water, and you don't spend but 90, that don't mean you got $10,000 to run out there and spend before the year's over. Or you spend 110 because when you bid this project in January, prices of pipe or whatever you're using went up when you actually get to do this project in September. And that happens a lot, with SPLOST. Sometimes people get confused on SPLOST money. It has to be spent on this. Yes, it does. But sometimes you have to make amendment, and to make a change on a SPLOST, you have to go back to a vote referendum so that your public can know. Just for instance, I mean, we have sanitation, and say we decided we were not buying a trash truck. We can go back when the election comes, and that money that was allocated to that, we can ask our citizens to vote. Let's spend it on recreation or whatever, and if they vote to do that, then they can. That's SPLOST is not a decision in-house, but an amendment, I mean, it's like I say, a budget's a guideline, and people get that misconstrued because they say, well, they're $100,000 under budget. Yeah, we are under budget. But that don't mean that $100,000 was sitting over there in the bank waiting. That was, was an estimated. But the state mandates us have a balanced budget, so that's why you have amendments to get it. You can amend it down and make it where everything balances out to zero.
Labor Day holiday right around the corner, and before you know it, Christmas will be here. Last year, Scriven had a big event in the holiday. I know they're gearing up for another big event, even bigger and better than last year. What can you tell us? Can you give us any details yet, or are they still in the works?
The details and the dates are in the works, but I can tell you that we will be having Christmas in the park, and I feel like that this year is going to be even bigger than last year. We're gonna.
Is the snow coming back?
The snow's coming back.
Okay.
And
that's what people want to know.
Yeah, I know they love it.
The kids love that stuff.
Yeah, and we're also looking at, Bob. We're also looking at one of the things we had last year was these kids, when you have snow, they're going to throw it. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And as this snow begins to melt, it forms ice, and sometimes that being thrown is like a baseball. And we did have someone get hit last year, and they didn't like it. So this year, there were a few things that we can work on as a city that maybe we can do 2 little snow areas, and one for the real small kids, because I saw that as myself looking as an issue, because I had a little niece out there. And it wasn't that anybody was doing anything wrong. They were just all having a great time. And that child that's 2 or 3 years old might be in the crossfire of one of them 10-year-old snowball fights.
Right. I got you. Well, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, it sounds like it was a big event yesterday in Scriven, so congrats on the city getting it hosted. So, again, good to have all those people show up. Nice to see the Representative Stephen Meek stop by. That was good.
Yeah, that was very good. He come in and he was like, no, don't stop him, don't stop him. It's like, no, we fitting to introduce you, and and we introduced him. We're blessed to have a state representative that lives here, and that was just, I mean, when he finished speaking, the lady from GMA said, okay, well, who else are you gonna pop in on us? I said, well, I could have stacked the house, but I didn't figure y'all wanted me to.
Sounds good, Jason. We appreciate you coming in. Again, Mayor Jason Weaver here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.